Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today I wanted to talk about a change that has been, well, kind of at least introduced on the PTR, but it wasn't actually in the patch notes at first. This happens quite a lot with Blizzard and especially with their PTR changes, as there are some things that they sometimes don't even classify as proper changes, but just bug fixes. People have already talked about the Moira change, of course, and other changes that are on the PTR, but there was actually a change to McCree as well regarding his Deadeye ultimate. So basically here it is. The range has increased from 70 meters to 200 meters on Deadeye. Now that does sound really scary at first because it's more than double the range, it's nearly triple the range in fact. Okay, so to begin with, when can you utilize the 200 meter range? Well, usually that would be on very long ranges, like not even just extremely long ranges. If you think the last point on Gibraltar, that whole ramp, that's about 70 meters that you usually have to deadeye someone on. It's very rare that they're out of your range there, and that's a very long part of the map. So really this only comes into play mostly against Pharmacy and against Pharos if they are extremely far away from you. But even this is also pretty rare. They have to be very far away to actually be out of that 70 meter range. 70 meter range is a lot more than I think a lot of people realize at first, at least for me when I was testing this. So we wanted to test this and see exactly what this type of range is and what it does. So here you can see the normal 70 meter range on the live client and how far that is and where that Pharah is kind of out of range. But the interesting thing is the following. If you check this on the PTR and you try to see how far you can reach here, if you can reach past 70 meters, you'll notice that the change is actually not even gone through. I'm not quite sure if this is intentional or not, if they just put it in the patch note and there's going to be a patch later today with that. But I can't actually deadeye anyone past 70 meters right now on the PTR. So yeah, Blizzard aren't actually testing this change because they haven't even pushed it through. Not quite sure what's going on here, but the interesting part about this as well is that this is not really a buff that people have been asking for, and there's very few occasions where the 70 meter range isn't enough for Deadeye as is. Sure, I get it, if it ever would be a problem to have that 70 meter range and not be able to go past it, then yeah, having it be up to 200 meters is pretty good. It's just one of those very random changes, and it makes me think, and has clearly made some other people think as well, that Blizzard are potentially planning for longer range maps, or at least maps that will have sight lines longer than 70 meters. I don't know, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Kind of an odd one, I'm not quite sure what I feel about it, but hey, I guess it's good to not have any type of limitation there. But from all the testing I've been able to do, Blizzard haven't actually even pushed this through. So yeah, pretty weird to just change that out of nowhere in the patch notes, not even push that actual change through, and the change itself being just a very situational one. But I wanted to cover it here to just let people know that this change hasn't actually even gone through, because there's been a lot of confusion about this already, and I think most people discussing it are just kind of confused as to why this thing would go through in the first place and why this change would be made. Maybe Blizzard will actually push an update today that contains this change itself to the PTR and some other things around the PTR that have been a bit weird, maybe some Symmetra bug fixes, we'll see I guess. But that is basically it for that PTR stuff. I do want to mention as well that next week Ryan and I will actually be at the Blizzard Arena in LA, so if you're local to LA, if you'll be at any of those games, feel free to come up to us and say hi. We've been there before in January, but we are going again for the end of Stage 4 here and for the Stage 4 playoffs, so yeah, do feel free to say hello. And we should be at the Grand Finals as well. So if you're going to any of those events, feel free to say hi when we are there. And we're going to be bringing you guys here on YouTube a bunch of interview style content with a bunch of the different players. Should be really fun, should be really good. But that is basically all for now. Thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button, and I guess most of all the bell if you want to be notified when we release videos. YouTube's been a bit weird lately. But that's it. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.